Alright, good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C. With a bit of luck, my audio interface will remain connected for the duration of the stream. Unfortunately, it was just like messing up just now, so I had to do a load of kind of fiddling with the USB cable, which is all super unfun stuff. But that's by the by, and hopefully it's sorted for the stream. So let us get some music going, and then we can start. Is there anything to announce? Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. Before I start, actually, I am going to announce something, and I can hear my phone ringing, but I'm not going to answer it because I just can't be bothered. What am I hearing there, though? I can hear the normal ringing and then like a bit of a melody. Strangely enough, I don't know if that's coming from the. I don't know if that's coming from the computer or the telephone. But the thing that I wanted to announce is that I'm not live, apparently. The thing that I wanted to announce is Risky Business has gone live. Risky Business is a full-fledged project in the Handmade Network. And this is very, very exciting for me. Essentially, Risky Business is Mio Iwakura. I think is how you pronounce his name. I can definitely pronounce Mio, but Iwakura might be a bit wrong. And this is all to do with, he describes it as a RISC-V based, or handmade toolchain for RISC-V, I believe is what he describes it as. Working on encryptable freedom and security issues. Where's the description of it? What is it? Oh, right, so it's going to be within the trailer. Right, here we go. It's a 1 to 2 hour live stream, 5 days a week, archived on YouTube. So that's similar to Handmade Hero, at least before it went to the weekend streams, in which Mio develops a handmade toolchain for RISC-V. And RISC-V is an architecture, is a processor architecture. I believe it stands for Reduced Instruction Set Computer. Let's look it up. Reduced Instruction Set Computing Principles. Let's see. History. Does it say where it's reduced? It's definitely reduced something. Reduced Instruction Set Computing Principles. Subset. Right. Yeah. I mean that's basically what it is, right? So it's this thing. And it's an open instruction architecture as well. So this is what Mio is doing. He's doing Risky Business on a RISC-V chip, and the actual chip that he'll be using is an actual i5-1, which is one of these guys. Have I not got that? Do I have that down in Twitch? It's a bot. It's Will. Hello, Will. Hello, welcome. I think where have I? There we go. Right. So I need to alias that up in the main chat. No, let's just do that. Should I do that now? Let's do it. Let's do some live aliasing. G-alias i5-1, and you do it to there. That can be ordered at There's a global alias. IRC. Hello. Hi51. The home was reorder that. Yeah, okay. So I think that's correct. So if I just run if I just run hi51 now, that should show me it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. He's going to be working on this particular chip, and I have one of these as well, but I haven't actually unopened it because I've been so embroiled in doing the compression stuff and then doing the practicing programming in C lessons from insofar as I just haven't had a chance to open it. So I think the next thing I do after I've finished the compression, which I hope to have finished today, I think the next thing I'll do on stream is actually unboxing my hi51 and just having a little look at it. And then we'll probably go on to do some other stuff because I'm going to have to do a ton of reading about, like, you know, how the instruction set kind of works and how you really do anything on it. Either reading or watching Risky Business. Can we do Risky, I wonder? No, we can't do that. It might be nice actually if we had like a sort of an HMN Risky command. It might be nice if we had that. Because we don't have, I don't think we have that. Ah, we do have that. So what happens if we do this? Okay. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice if we could run HMN Risky like that, and it would match to this URL. Like that. I'm not sure if that's possible. Because if you don't have an argument... We're live, Houston. Hello, Canookles. It's a pleasure to have you here. Glad you could make it. Let's see if this works. I'm just gonna try this. Right. Alias HMN. And you want to say you want to say this. Now they need to launch live streams 10,000 times to give me the damn video. It sounds pretty easy to talk to a bot, yeah. So I think the issue here is that I'd need to put an extra dot. But yeah, you need to have a conditional on whether you've taken any arguments. Really. So it'd do one thing if there's no arguments, and a different thing if you pass an argument to it. And I don't think IntoBot has that quite at the moment. So I think we'll have to wait until insofar as. Oh no, yeah. But the trouble is though, then it would match to this though. Hang on. It'd match to, like, if I don't pass an argument to it, it would give me that. What would that do actually? Yeah, and that would fail. Because like if I did, I mean this is super weird, like doing aliases on stream. Hello. Yo. Yeah, so alias HMN, and what was it? It was like this, wasn't it? And if I do that, right. So basically, if I run HMN with Risky, that'll give me what I want. But if I run it without any arguments, it does that, which I don't want. So it needs to the default really. The default needs to, instead of putting Miblo dot in there, it needs to kind of do it needs to kind of not do the dot, if that makes sense. Don't know if it's ever answered any of that at all. I'll tell you what, I'll put that back to how it was, just so I don't mess it all up. But it was basically, what was it? It was this, wasn't it? It started off as HMN. It just sends you there. So that's how it used to be, right? I think I'm right saying that. Yeah. So if any of that made any sense, or if you heard any of it so far as, that'd be an awesome feature to get in, I think. Yeah. So that's 11 minutes. 11 minutes of intro. So what we've done, we've announced Risky Business. We've waxed lyrical on Risky Business. Yeah, so we've mentioned the RISC-V chip. And yeah, I think that's all I can announce for that at the moment. Very exciting stuff. Metaphone, this was something that Pseudonym was talking about last night after the stream, which is very interesting as well. But today, again, we are doing compression. So I need to go to there, get this open as well. Get 4-coder open. And it's MZ. Just switch to Inconsolata. And let's get some music on. Yeah. Hurting the God over. Seth Parker, Octodad. I suppose, yeah, I suppose that Octodad would do it, I suppose. That's an hour and 10 minutes. You don't need to must all, do I? No, I don't need it at all, new calls. I mean, strictly speaking, I suppose I kind of do actually. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't need to do it for that sort of stuff because I've got like moving windows around. I've got these things which I use quite a lot, and I do this for the annotations as well. So I've got that. I can move it to the center of the screen as well, and then that just puts it in a nice place. For the I sometimes have to like hover over the top of the screen just to get this bar up. So if I need to see like what the issue number of the annotation is, I kind of see that in there. And unfortunately I don't think I can get that up without hovering. There probably is a way actually. There probably would be a way honestly, but I haven't set that up yet. But yeah, I mean, I tend not to need to. I mean, like even for browsing, like, I mean, I can also like put this like that as well. Like this is all with the keyboard, and then I can kind of press F and it gets up some hints. So if I want to go to the move to front transform, you just press F, and then you can see, we see this 4 here. That just corresponds to the number 4. So if I hit 4, it just narrows it down to that one, and then like the 40 odd. But I can just press enter now, and it'll follow that link. I can also do like F move. I can start to type move, and when it's matched down to 1, it just follows that link. What do I? Yeah, so I use the mouse for for the hovering thing. Yeah. And also, I mean, I do use it for like when I do like drawings, you know, like the the screenshots of like Insobot chatting away in the chat. and I want to tweak those screenshots, and I kind of, draw arrows and that kind of stuff. I do that with the mouse, but I typically don't really need to use mouse much at all. But yeah, loading the program to stack. So let's first of all show what this is actually doing. So MZ, if I just run it like this, it shows you the options. And the current things, the things I've implemented so far are these. It's the compress with BWT and RLE, compress just with RLE, decompress or extract with BWT and RLE, and extract with just RLE. And I've been using a file called BWT corpus, in fact I can just cat it. BWT corpus. So this is the string that I've been using to test. Now, it's how long is this so far? It's like 62 kilobytes. If I run my MZ with create a BWT on it, this should fail because I need to pass an out file to it. Yeah. But if I do pass the out file, it will then do the stuff. But unfortunately, because of the way that I've done it, or just because of the way that BWT works, it doesn't actually compress it at all. It actually enlarges it by 4 bytes. But you can, if I open it in Vim, you can see that it's all kind of, you can see that it is encoded. If I cat it, or if I open it in hex curse, you can also see like exactly what's going on. So this is like the this is the file size. This is the file size that the RLE part of it puts in, because the RLE does change the size of the file, whereas the BWT doesn't. The BWT just transforms the string, and that's really the crux of the BWT. Really, it just tries to transform the string such that it puts more runs together. Really, that's the idea of it. So yeah, that's what it's currently doing. And I can also, if I do this without the B, that should just do the RLE. And then if I list that, that's 67. So yeah, that's 1 byte. It's 1 byte longer than the BWT corpus. The BWT encoded one. In fact, if we just open that BWT again, we should see at some point a row of 3, I believe. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh no, we won't, will we? Because the RLE has come over and stomped. Just a hex viewer. It was a hex viewer, yeah. It's one called hex curse. So yeah, if you just do like, well, if you just sync hex curse, I believe that's the package name. Wait. Hex curse. What is hex curse? Espin hex curse. Did I install this from Git or something? Hang on a second. So Lonnie Gomez in Git. Let's find it. Yeah. Wonder where I got it from though. It's definitely Hex Curse. What's blind, isn't it? Not there either. My name. Hex Curse. Unless... Oh, hang on a minute. It's in the AUR, I wonder. What Hex Curse? Right, okay, it's in the AUR. That's what it is. Right, yeah. That's what it'll be. So basically, if you want to install it on Arch, you need to get it from the AUR. Unfortunately. So I can help you set up the AUR if you like. The actual the program that I use to install from that is called Pack AUR. I'll just write it in the chat. Oops. That's what I use. But it's good to actually know how to install it yourself, just so you kind of know like what the process is for installing stuff from the AUR, because you've got to remember that it's all unofficial stuff and it hasn't gone through testing, so you're kind of a bit you've got to be a bit more responsible as to like the stuff you install from there. So there's a bit of a barrier as to actually installing the stuff. They haven't made it easy, and I think it's so that you're aware of that, basically. Not to be confused with free running. I think, yeah. It's often not packages. Novi pack. Well, the way that you install it is actually you actually run. So if you run pack AUR, you can install it like that. But in order to install, it manually, you have to download. I believe you have to download the package. Right, so it's installing packages. You need to get the build files. It's only relevant. Acquire the build files, including the package build. Verify that, and then you run make package on it. So you will have to do that. You'll have to do this in order to install Pack AUR for starters, because Pack AUR itself, that is in the AUR. Oh, that's not what I want. It is sync I. Yeah, you can see that is in the AUR repository. So you'll have to go to this URL. You'll have to go to there in order to install Pack AUR in the first place. But once you install Pack AUR, it does work like Pacman. But again, as I say, just be aware, when you are installing from the AUR, the stuff hasn't gone through testing, so the testing repository, that is. So you just need to be a bit more vigilant, basically. There's like no web of trust that you can kind of fall back on, because it's just the person who uploaded it. You're just trusting that one person, basically. Yeah, so that was Hex Curse. If you're not Protoss, kind of. I mean, I'd say it's slightly more dangerous than the official repositories. Well, I mean, people do also really like it because of the amount of stuff that's in there, basically. You can also, they also have like humble stuff in there. So if I just search for humble, I'm sure we'll see some stuff. Yeah, like Hyperlight Drifter's in there for some reason. Shovel Knight's in there. Sunless Sea. So I've got these games. But it's not actually the full game. It's just like it's just a way to kind of install it and keep it updated. But I think you do need to have bought the game, and you do need to probably log in somehow. I'm not 100% sure how it works, honestly. But Broken Sword is there, so I've also got that game. Yeah, so that's kind of like a bit of a demo as to what's in the AUR. Don't want to hide out my stream, but my Zeka Theory is using Flux. That's right, yeah, it's Fluxbox, yeah. And you actually look like like mine. Sure, well, yeah, I mean, I can give you my entire stuff if you want. Some kind of script, probably you will, yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I mean, I could probably just give you this, my Fluxbox directory. I could probably give you that, and you just put that in your home directory, and it'll look like mine. I'll probably need to give you a little script also to install some stuff that I use. What would that be? Well, Conky actually. This guy. I would also need to give you my Conky config. At this point, I just want to be done with that exciting Linux tinkering. Get to nitty-gritty C. Okay. Well, sure. I mean, yeah, I could send you this. Send you my directory. Just zip it up, and you just got my setup basically. I could send you my TMUX setup as well, because that's a bit different also. I mean, that's one of the beauties of it, I think. Like, because it's all done through config files, you can just throw your config files over to people, and they just have it. You know, you don't need to like tell them, like, go to fucking like start settings control panel, double click on this, and then you see that drop down box there. Click on that drop down box and then scroll down to the very bottom and pick Zenity or whatever, I don't know. Pick that and then go over to this other place, and you don't need to do any of that. You just give me your stuff. Which I just think is fantastic. Linux Works is good. And Nick's like, good grief at this point, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really done much kind of config stuff for a long while. I mean, I haven't actually really configured Forecode or even, although I'm super excited to use it. And I really support Alan in what he's doing, and I think it's, it's got like, it just promises to be a great code editor. I just haven't dived in there to customize it. I just kind of wanted to open it up and get going. I don't know whether that's just because I'm getting a bit older and I kind of you know, I just want stuff to just work, maybe. Or maybe just like, you know, the general kind of, the general world has kind of moved away from like super customizing and just wanting stuff to be ready to go. Don't know. We do need this blur command though. We do need this. Let's see there. So I've implemented the compressing and the decompressing. So today it was just a test function that I wanted to do. Blades is in random. Okay. Father is younger than Knuckle, yeah. Yeah, well, Knuckles, you are sort of you are a wise old gentleman in a 25-year-old's body, right? So all my functions are really encoded. Should have the decode next, yeah. And then this was just sketching out what the stuff does, which I don't necessarily need that anymore. Sometimes I can't hold down the wisdoms. Let those wisdoms fly free. So all of this stuff here is setting up it's just opening the file. It's opening the file, reading it into the buffer. Tell you what, actually, just to be a bit more logical, let's just put that there, because this is to do with the file reading stuff. And then this bit here, what's this? F-read into the in buffer. F-close. Hang on a second. What did I just do there? Right, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done... Oh God. I should have moved this entire thing up. Right. That's what I should have done. So we've got the in buffer, we've malloc that, and then we read into that buffer and close the file. And then we set up the other buffers here so that we can free them later. If compare null strings. So then this is just going through the tests. This is this is seeing what arguments should be passed to the function. Right, so basically all I want to do today is I want to get the test function to perform I want it to perform a RLE encode on its own and count up how well and store how long it makes that file, how long the encoding is, and then I want it to do a BWT and an RLE and store how big that encoding is, and then it just compares like which one is, it just kind of compares how effective the BWT is. So yeah, that's all I want to do. Like I don't need to write the file out even. So let's just say if it's the T, let's say I mean, I'm sort of thinking of, should I say if argc is less than 3? I mean, sorry, rather than that, if argc is equal to mz test, this is 1, 2, b equals, so I just want to run it like this, really. If it's not equal to 3, then just say this only takes 3 arguments, I think. So fprintf right, I think that's correct. And then it goes to RIP. So let me just try. What will this actually do? If it runs, it'll just clear the matrix. It'll somehow clear the matrix. Could this crash actually? Yeah, it does crash. Pass it another argument, yeah, so it takes 3 arguments, bait. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. So yeah, so if we get that, then we can proceed, and let's say that it does. Ready for decode? I don't need to decode, do I? I just said that I don't care about decoding. So let's just get rid of all of that. Let's get rid of that, and let's perform the compression with RLE. Right. There's no out file. Gosh, is this all it needs, actually? That'd be weird if it is. Go to RIP. So we've got an RLE buffer. So the RLE buffer is up here, ready to be mallocked. I'm going to try and do that now. If it fails, we're going to go to RIP. Otherwise, we're going to say the RLE size is equal to that. And then that's it. Bizarrely. And then to create the scroll on that foreground is so luscious. It's not bad, is it? Ah, right. I really saw it. Yeah. So yeah, I just need to copy that up. And then rather than calling that RLE size, call that BWT size. Right. And then just do like printf. So weird, like. Yesterday when I was doing the other stuff, I was sort of thinking that the test stuff is actually going to be kind of lengthy. But I've basically just done it. BWT. BWT size take with RLE size. Right. Is that it? Ah, interesting. So it's saying detected memory leaks. Direct leak of 67 bytes in one object allocated from. Just build with GCC because I believe that gives me the line numbers. So it's MZ at line 236. That's just there, basically. Oops. Hang on a second. Client, what did I... GCC, right. Line 236. RLE buffer. Direct leak of 67 bytes in one allocated frame. One object allocated from. So, I wonder if it's saying that the RLE buffer is never freed. I'm using the RLE buffer again here. So I need to free the RLE buffer, I bet, don't I? After I've done this. Right. Then it's ready to be mallocked again. Which I'm kind of fine with doing, I suppose. I think you wanted to do RLE versus BWT plus RLE. I did, that's correct. Have I not done that? So I copied from create BW2. What does this do? RLE encode and RLE size. So it does the BWT encode. Yeah, I think I did. I think I have done that actually, because it does the RLE. Sorry, it does the RLE encode, and then it does the BWT encode, and then the RLE encode. Do I have the file name here, I wonder? Yeah, I'm in main, aren't I? So, shows the output of this. Oh, hang on. Do I also have the original file size? In bytes. Shows the encoding of args1. And that is in size, I believe, is what I recorded it as. Oh no, that's not right at all. Yeah, sorry, I need to. So the original file. Let's print some proper stuff out here. So the original file size. Original file size is going to be. I mean. That file size is equal to that. The BWT, well, let's do RLE encoding is this, and BWT plus RLE encoding is equal to that. So that file size is going to be the in size. The RLE is going to be RLE. The BWT. Yeah. Sometimes go to the most rational way to behave, innit? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't really have a strategy for freeing stuff properly. So all RIP is, it's just this. It's just a bunch of frees. I mean, I'm not sure that is always the best way. This is literally the first time I've done it. It's literally the first time I've actually handled like multiple different possible paths when there's allocations involved. I mean, strictly speaking, am I doing any like F closes? I wonder. There's a free there. There's an F close up here for the in file. But there are instances where I'm doing F writes, aren't I? So there's an F write there. Yeah, I'll tell you what, actually, after doing F write, I should be F closing. I mean, this is an occasion when Vim would be so useful, because I just hit the dot basically. I mean, I suppose I could copy it, but you just kind of forget that you can do that. You forget that as a strategy. What was that copied? Wait, hang on. What is going on? I've done that, so I've copied that, right? And then I've jumped down to the next F right. Right, okay. Thought I was going crazy then. F right. So maybe there's no more F rights. Okay, it still builds and runs. It does. So the test thing, right, the test output. So we're doing all the cases that I want to be doing. Try to think on something bigger, but not as big as exhalation. Let's get a poem. Does anybody have any favourite poems? I have got one in mind. I'm not sure it's my favourite poem, because honestly, I don't really read much poetry, so I don't know. But I do have one in mind that I did study at one point. The cold grapes one. Cold grapes. The Sour Grapes by William Carter Williams. Grapes, a poem by Kelly White. Robert Frost poem. Not much likeage for the form itself, but there are some good ones, of course. So, oh, is Sour Grapes the collection? This is just to say. Famous images poem by William Carter Williams. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. Found poetry, that's an interesting term. Sorry, I'll have to other people guys think, yeah. Yeah, I thought I might as well do an early one myself. Yeah. Oh, we've actually done pretty much what I wanted to do. Oh, look at that! Got the focus. So yeah, right. The blur schedules. They've got the lunar eclipse. There's a lunar eclipse. It's not, no. It's because I'm home alone, basically. I'm home alone this weekend, so I thought I might as well just go for it. Schedule streams. What was it called again? This is just to say, right. MZ test on this is just to say. So the BWT RLE plus RLE actually compresses this file. Oh, let's get outside. That's nice to see. Nice to see that my thing actually compresses it. What does XZ do though? So again, like I'm beating XZ. Like, come on XZ. It's a general purpose data compression tool with command line syntax similar to gzip and bzip. The native file format is the XZ format, but the legacy LZMA format used by LZMA utils and raw compressed streams with no container format headers are also supported. Exactly, step up your game, XZ. General purpose data compression tool. Isn't it, it's BZIP 2, isn't it, that's, which is the one for text, isn't it? Uses the Borer's wheel of block sorting text comparison to compression algorithm. And Huffman, right, okay. This is so interesting to see this, actually. Borer's wheeler. Because, like, years ago, well, I mean, just before I started doing this whole thing, I would have read this description, and I would have been like, well, that sounds like an interesting thing. I suppose they've picked the right thing to do the job. But now I actually understand what the Borers-Wheeler transform is. Fills my chat. Yeah, what colour are you usually? Well, actually, Knuckles is you're pink, and Will is purple. Insofar as a kind of browny orange, I think. Asaf is a sort of a greeny blue, I'd say. So yeah, if I just double check I actually invoke this. BZIP 2. Ah, okay. B unzip. But not overwriting these files. Right, okay, cool. So if I do bzip 2 on this is just to say, and then if I just, well, I've got a bzip 2 file. So that makes it 179. And my guy makes it 191. It's interesting. Let's see if I can hex curse that file. So that's got a bit of a header. I reckon, mind you, it's Huffman coded as well, so that'll make the encoding a bit different. But this will be part of the header, I'd imagine. Bzip. He's got these nulls here. So I guess those nulls are maybe how do you query a list of users? Is it user list? Users. Unknown command. Who? It's not who either, is it? Not parameters. How do you query a list of users? Oh, hold on a minute. Do you mean like the users of the system? You probably do mean the users of the system, don't you? So that's who's logged in. User add user tail. User mod. I see my internet connection is gone. So I think I just dropped 213 frames there while my internet decided to disconnect. Yeah, cat says password. Yeah, that's probably what I do as well, actually. Yeah, I mean, typically, I think on Arch it's from like 1,000 upwards. I think 1,000 is the number of the user. I think all those are like people that you've added. And everything below that is like, yeah, like Git. And Git is 996. So that, yeah, everything below 1000 is one that was added by a package or something. But 1000 and up is what you're looking for. Ah, right. Crackled, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It was like... It just went offline for some reason. Is the audio still pooped? Because if it is, then I can restart. Why is that paused? Relaunched. It's fine. Okay, cool. Don't restart. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the VOD is going to be screwed now, probably. I bet you that. Yeah, I bet you that like an hour into the stream, an hour into the VOD, when you saw the audio go, from there onwards, the audio is going to be out of sync. I suppose. What other stuff can we output here? MZT. Oh wow. Where am I? Where? What? Where's it gone? I wonder if BZip2 lied to us. Don't think it was good. Didn't it say that it keeps it by default? It will not overwrite existing file. Oh right. Okay. Okay, right. So I just misread that totally. So it's right. Buns it. I still think you missed some serious progress. Could possibly, yeah. Yeah, so I'll show you what I have got. So, well, actually, yeah. I mean, I can show you in the code. I can also show you, like in the usage stuff as well. So it's got these options, and it can take like different numbers of files, and basically. So it does the full BWT, and it does the full RLE, and it also because of these options, it's got different paths that it can go down. So I needed a way in order to free everything that I needed to free, no matter which path I went down. And the way that I've done that is just by having like an RIP section here. So whenever you get an error, like whenever you would usually return 1, you instead go to RIP. And then after doing the whole, well, I mean, I don't need this anymore, or that. So yeah, after doing the whole loop, because it first of all checks which argument you've passed to it. Well, I mean, the very first thing is it checks if it's got enough arguments passed to it, and then it will check which argument they are, and at the end of each one Oh, actually, I don't need to go to RP. That's what Intervars was saying yesterday. I don't need to do that at the end of each one. So yeah, so once it gets to the end, it'll just jump out of the if. And down. Is he at exit? Ah, interesting. That's the standard lib. Register a function to be called at null process termination. Functions are called in the reverse order of registration. Interesting. Simple to be registered multiple times is called once for each registration. Okay, so it returns an int, and it takes a void function. Sorry, it takes a function pointer. So printf takes. That's how they document this. Takes a constant format. So this is taking one argument, which is all of this. I'm not quite sure I understand what this actually is telling me. I can see that it's a void, so it's like a... I mean, is it... It's like a void... You're casting a void to a function pointer. You know, void cleanup. Function register with that exit. Ah. Interesting. So... It's confusing to say, yeah. What was it? It was void, wasn't it? Void as exit. Or void cleanup, you said. And that takes... It takes it... Clean up. It takes a function pointer, the signature of that function needs to be void. Hyphen void, basically. The signature of this function needs to be void my func void. The pointers need to be moved to global scope. Ah, right. As in, like, where are they? Where are they? I had all of the buffers. Where have I put them? Yeah, these guys, right? You're talking about these. So you might have to do them in size, couldn't we? Ah, right. Oh, that's unfortunate. So the issue is that Knuckles is off to sleep. Good night, Knuckles. Sleep well. Have heroic dreams. And cheers for being here. Feeling the sleepies. So it's because of the inside. Oh, I see, right. So if we didn't have this, we could safely kind of do that the clean-up way. What happens if I try and build this? Undeclared first use this function. Let me just go back to Clang. Right, yeah, okay. I see, yeah. So it's undeclared because it's in the wrong scope. You know, whereas like if I had put the if I declared it out here, that ain't gonna get hit. If I actually spell it right. Copied on story B2 image as a void star at global scope, then casting to the VLA pointer when you need to use it. Casting to the VLA point when I need it, when I use it. So when do I use it? I use it here. Sorry, this is the declaration of it. Is it there? Do I need to manually run through the matrix? Yeah, I think I do, yeah. And I use it in quite a lot of places actually as well. Yeah, it feels like it'd be a bit of a hassle to cast it. I presume you mean like I need to cast it at every place. Maybe I'll just stick with doing the RIP. I think. And I cannot undo anything. I'm in the search thing. Oh, I could do the cast once. Oh, okay. Right, okay, that makes a bit of a difference. So, okay then. Let's try this. Do the cast once where it is being defined currently. So it's currently being defined here. It's going to commit. I want it to be. So if I'm going to be defining it. What were the four things that I was freeing? Yeah, right. There's four things here. In buffer. Ah, right. So I need the in buffer as well. In buffer, hourly buffer. The BWT matrix is after that. So you're saying avoid. Global. Ah, okay. As a void star at global level. And yeah, I don't think I'm bothered for this Piera here. Ah, that's handy. So I've got the end buffer. That's the first thing I need, I believe. So we're freeing them in the reverse order. Probably should call the global and global BWT image. So the in buffer going in. So this is where I need to be casting this. Oh, so hang on a minute. We've declared this as a void. Global BWT matrix. So so right. So it's this. I need to be kind of casting this. So it's this guy is currently a void star. So I need to be casting this, and to cast you usually do this, don't you? But hang on a minute, the global matrix, like the free and cleanup should reference the global, but between. Okay. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Global. Right. You just want to global beta. Right. Should have. Oh, sorry. The free and cleanup should reference the global BWT matrix. And I should assign BWT matrix to global BWT matrix there. Assign the matrix to global BWT matrix? So assign a so in C, assign a variable to another variable. So that meant in main, I press define BWT matrix. Assign it. Oh, hang on a minute. So to us, you can assign like. So you assign 5 to something. So do this is equal to a global BWT matrix. Interesting. What's something? Oh, that was what I just did, wasn't it? Right, okay, so now that I've done that, done cleanup, so this shouldn't return because it's a void. Although it could return, couldn't it? If I wanted it to. Oh, I see. So wherever I've done RIP, I instead call cleanup. This might actually have a problem. Ah, right, okay. Interesting. I do need to call it at exit once though. Oh right, got you. Right, yeah, you did say, didn't you? At exit, do go to cleanup. Right. Functions so registered are called in the reverse order of the registration. The malloc will need to be assigned to Globe to have it freed correctly as well as PDC matrix. The malloc. So, oh, the malloc, right? For the BWT matrix. Recompiled now. It should crash at the moment when I print out the usage. Return 1. Aren't I free null pointers? So this is the error path. The malloc. So after malloc and BWT matrix, I should be doing put global scope equal to just delete that doesn't like that. It should crash the moment when I print out the usage. Because I'm not freeing null pointers. But free works on null pointers. Oh sorry, it should crash because I'm freeing null pointers. But free does work on null pointers as I know of. Deleted the super. Ah right, of course, yeah, got you. Just delete it doesn't. Interesting. So yeah, right. So instead of any of these guys doing RIP, new and delete, yeah. Those are called class constructors. So this will have to return 1. If this does have to return 1. Ah, right. And it'll return 1 and it'll do the cleanup. I've called cleanup here. So instead of actually calling cleanup, I should return 1, shouldn't I? It's going back to the same situation, isn't it? We'll be able to go to RPs now and do return 1 instead. Interesting. Can I don't know how to globally replace. It's the documentation here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the case he's got it. Alright, okay. I mean, yeah. This is like super drudge work. And this is probably actually an instance where a scroll bar would actually be nice to see, like, how much progress you've made. Do I have a total line count? Yeah, I don't think I do. Alt S or Alt W? Neither of them do it. For the scroll bar. Oh yeah, nice one. If I remove the label, I should get compile errors. Oh, okay, that's a nice idea. Yeah. Oh, dude, is there only one left? No. Oh, well, maybe. There's only one left. So, yeah. So it still runs. Test on... what's it called? This is just to say. Yeah, actually, if I... Oh, I can do it like that, yeah. Oh, interesting. Right. Here we go, guys. So this doesn't like it. Line 255. Ah. It's to do the BWT matrix. So, yeah, right. it was wasn't it like that? Or was it the other way around? That was it. Well, I can complicate enough if you didn't set global vision. Yeah. So that was probably it. It's just BWT, isn't it? So if I do a BWT, if I create a BWT file from this should complain. Right. BWT. Ah, interesting. It's the other case, isn't it? So that succeeded. And then if I try and extract this, that fails. So that was here. If BWT matrix, so it's just this other thing is, well, hang on. I have done the global BWT matrix here. Line 362. BWT decode. That should take the BWT matrix, should it? The global BWT matrix, maybe. But that shouldn't be right, should it? You know, because I have already assigned it to the global. The global is just free to work. So what is it saying? There's a right of size 1 up there. This class might be unrelated to RP activity changes. Okay. He's also saying in BWT decode. Ah, so chat line 362. 362, yeah. So that is here. BWT decode. It's calling it and it's passing it the RLE deck size, the RLE deck buffer, and the BWT matrix. 354. Yeah, so this is where it does the BWT matrix and it tries to mark it in size times in size. Oh no, that isn't true. The matrix itself only has to take the in size times the in size. Right. So you did say it was after. It was after doing this that you do the global BWT matrix in size. It was also saying it's in line 108. BWT matrix. So I only had to do that change the calling size, like I did for the encoder. I didn't need to change the function. I only needed to change the assignment of the BWT matrix to the global BWT matrix. Like in main. It's reading 180 bytes at the end of the matrix. Well, it seems like it's writing to it. Is the length of the text 180 decode, wasn't it? So it was it's 191. The text was 195. Check the insides, I pass it maybe. So it's the insides that I'm passing to BWT decode. Let's search for BWT decode. So it's the hourly deck size. I'm getting the hourly deck size here. So this is the value that I'm getting out of the file. So it's reading 195. It's saying it's reading 182 bytes of the... Well, I mean, it's actually... Yeah, sorry, it's probably actually writing... It's trying to write something. 178 now. Which is kind of interesting. 178. Take away 195 with a null pointer, with a new line. What on earth does that mean? I mean, that's kind of suggesting to me that there's something going on with the stack here. But it's not, because it's saying it's a heap buffer overflow. I'm malting beta and inside an indicator read hourly deck size. Oh, dude. Cheers. How was that working before? Was it working, I wonder, because it wasn't really making any difference to the file size? That was probably what was going on. And now, oh, it's done it. Why did that take so long? And it hasn't actually done it properly. What's going on here? So, this is just to say, what? This is the file. And the file does end with a new line, right? because that was one of the prerequisites that it does end in a new line, which it does. So I do mz. I want to create a bwt file on that .bwt. Then if I have a look at that file, so there's my first 4 bytes. Here's a null, which I believe we needed. And where's my 3? My 3 is going to be in there somewhere. There's my 3. So that means that once it's actually performed the reverse transfer on all of this stuff, it can then go down and find that 3. New lines. Hang on a minute, where's a new line in ASCII? A new line is down there. So it is after the 3. So it's in the same kind of area as everything else. Extract bwt on there to there. So it's taken a while to do. Yeah, and again it's busted. Let's step into this and just see exactly what it's doing. We need to go down to the extract to bwt case. Right. So we run to there. So we're in. Pull the deck size out. It's 195. We successfully mallopped it. Mark the deck buffer with the RE deck size, and then we're going to decode it on the in buffer. So what is the in buffer is currently, obviously it's just the hang on a minute. Hang on, the in buffer should have been set up way up here, right? Yeah, we read all the stuff into the in buffer. So why can't I read from that? XS in buffer. Incomplete sequence. That's interesting. Can't access memory of that. Okay. What have we declared? We've definitely done the hourly deck size. Can't access memory of that. Starts with 4 size bytes. Yes, that's right, yeah. Oh, right. So this is my in buffer. So we're going to go over this. Right. And then if I do the in buffer again, it doesn't seem to have changed it. Does it? This looks exactly the same to me. So the BWT is not going to be working on the right thing. Why has that not worked? Declare the in buffer there. We've filled the in buffer here. And we've passed the in buffer up to our LED code. And that's going to be the RLE buffer. Decodes into RLE buffer. Oh right, okay. Right, but TSX N. All right, NY. So that's a new line. 2 new lines, and then a 1 apparently. YT, and then a new line. Okay. Maybe I can believe that that's right. I don't know. Then it's going to go into there. So it successfully mallocked that. It's assigned that to the to the global. I want to step into the decode, don't I? Make sure that I actually stop here. Right. To set up my axes, x-axis is equal to sort matrix. So what is this doing? Oh, this is just right, 201. Right, okay. So this is going to be reading all the stuff into the matrix and offsetting it. Didn't I have 2 loops here? Oh, sorry, it's a decode, isn't it? So for the decode, that that reads all the columns in. It reads them in from the right, and then it sorts them, and then it reads down the right hand side. Right. Or rather, it reads one column and then sorts, and then reads. Oh. Well, hang on a minute. What is in the BWT matrix? The BWT matrix has to be empty at this point. Which I suppose it should be. Really? Dimension not cleared to 0. Right, okay. I mean, I could totally do that, but it's like it hasn't been used though. We've set this guy up. So this is cleared to, this is not, listen to it. Use calloc instead of malloc, does it quickly. Right, okay, at the calling site. It was this case. So yeah, extracting the BWT. It takes a size T n mem and a size T size. Allocates memory for an array of n mem elements of size bytes each. The memory is set to 0. For an array of n mem elements of size bytes. So it needs to be that. This number of elements. And they're each 1 byte. Right. Should we call it 0? Ah, right. So that was the problem. But then my question is, like, since global BWT matrix is when it's declared at global scope, it's initialized to null. Since that is the case, and that the only thing I've done with it up to here so let's just search global BWT. So that was the initialization. This was the cast. There's just a distinction between a pointer being 0 and a block of memory that a pointer points to being 0. Ah, right. Okay. So basically what you're saying is, when you do this, this makes the first, like the pointer to this is 0. But the actual block of memory isn't necessarily 0, and probably isn't 0. Calc is in standard lib.h. throw. Next to avoid. Takes that. It throws attribute malloc. And if. I mean, I presume that calling calloc is more efficient than me looping over the matrix. Yeah, exactly. Like, throw attribute malloc. Oh wow, so there's a bunch of them. Malloc, okay. So that was throw. Underscore, underscore, underscore. Attribute malloc. Underscore, underscore. So, okay, so like, these are those two here. Begin namespace standard. It's just so weird. Like, I have no idea what any of this is doing at all. And included features.h, whatever that is. So presumably I'm going to find throw in here. No? Okay. Attribute? Probably not worth worrying about. Probably not. Like, yeah. Crazy. Full crazy town. But I think we've actually nailed it, haven't we? Like, we are successfully extracting that. Let's just try the other cases. We need to compress it to. We need to compress like that. Right. And then we need to extract that. I suppose RLA that out. Okay, so that looks right. So we've done the BWT, create and extract. We've done the RLE create and extract. And the test, well, this is just to say, tells me this. I suppose I could do it like an offset. Like, tell you what, last thing I'm going to do Oh, the encoding. So this outputs that, and then in brackets I can say what the offset is from the in size. So it's going to be okay, so I did that not quite right. This should be the hourly size, yeah. Then the hourly, take away that. It's got the args2, that's the file name. And then the in size. And then the hourly size taken to the in size. Then the beta size equal the, yeah, right. That's more like it. And then I suppose we could sort of say, like, I could do a ternary operator here, actually. I could do, like, and on the dog. How would this work? It's also, you don't do like an if, do you? You do it like, gosh, how do you do these guys? Because the ternary returns something, doesn't it? Just see if this is kind of what you do, actually. It's like, if BWT is less than the RLE size, you want to do this. Otherwise you output the RLE size. Let's just see if this is at all correct. No, of course it's not. Just double check how you did the ternary operator here. There is an expression, there is a statement, so you can have it on the right hand side statement. So you can write certain things more concisely. Running the BWT matrix should be passed to orally encoded instead of in buffer. Blimey. Orally encode. BWT matrix. So BWT encode. It passes the I don't think so. The BWT matrix is the that's the mallocation that the BWT encode needs in order to do the whole transform. But after doing the transform, it transforms the in buffer in place. So I think it is correct to pass this to orally encode. I mean, I could totally try it. BWT matrix. So it's incompatible to point type. So BWT encode outputs into. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, it's a void function. BWT encode. Yeah, it's a void. So it just does it in place basically. BWT buffer. It's kind of interesting that the very first thing it does is just put that 3 at the end. BWT pointer. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it does. Oh, hang on. Yeah, and then in buffer. Yeah, you populate the in buffer here. So yeah. But what I was trying to see there was turning operator, wasn't it? So this is something like that I've never seen before. Oh right. So blimey. So that's how you do it. So where's my test? My test is here. So basically the thing that I want to be outputting here. Right, I do want to be outputting a string. And it's like whichever one wins basically. That is very similar to if else, except you can do it in statements, in assignments and stuff. But it does nothing. Does nothing. Sadly. I wonder if this will be valid. Okay. So where's my... Oh, hang on. Right, okay. BWT wins. Yay! So, did I have one that didn't do anything? Maybe on the BWC Corpus? BWC wins again. Oh yeah. 5 and 4. What about the, this is just to say. That wins again. Wow, there's no duplicated letters in that word at all. I don't think. There's usually a dictionary file on Linux, right? There is, yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting point, actually, but I doubt that my thing will work on it. Because it's like... Where is it? User shared dict. British. Yeah, it's 1.2 meg. Yeah, there's no chance I'm going to be able to do that. I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, we could try it. It'll probably just straight up fucking crash. And it'll just say, it'll just say the icon allocate enough memory thing. Oh wow, it's actually doing it. God. Oh, here we go. Compile optimizations. Yeah, I just need that much of RAM. Exactly. Yeah, it's just so bizarre. Like, I mean, even the what's it called, escalation. Like, even this requires a ton of RAM. So this file is only 37K, but we worked out that it requires like 1.3 gigabytes of RAM to actually encode it. Because it was like, so the actual size is that. So it was like, it was this squared plus that again divided by that divided by this. And again. Yeah, it's like 1.3 gig. Probably BWT with the matrix. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was this, wasn't it? It's this optimization that Joggy was talking about. But I think I will have to leave that for another time. I think for now I'm probably done with compression for the moment. It's a bit of a shame that I can't compress a 37K file, but it's a bit of a shame that I can't compress a 37K file. But it's also interesting that I could run length encode a 1 gigabyte file, couldn't I? Like, temp file fresh, wasn't that the one that was like, okay, so that's 17 meg. What's temp file? No. What's 10 file original? That's 410 meg. So yeah, it's interesting how the... Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. I could run the RLA on it, couldn't I? Oh, mind you, this new RLA won't be effective on it because it's not doing the toggling. It's recording all the stuff. So yeah, I imagine this is going to be the same size actually. You know, in terms of like randomness, it might be the same size, or it might be a little bit less, maybe. Oh, okay, so it has encoded some runs, but I think my old run length encoder, have I still got that? I think my old one actually gets it down to like half. What? What is RLE doing? Oh, it's just starts setting that string. Oh, right. Okay. Fine. Try BWT RLE. Right, okay. So MZ. So create a BWT on LOL. And it's LOL.BWT. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. So it kind of like halved it. Yeah. That's pretty neat. So there's my header. And there's my 3. So it does the 6F. And it does like whatever this value is in a hex. And then it does an L. And however many that is. That's kind of cool to see. What else do we do? RLE pointer. Asm sort. That's insofar as is. Yeah, that'll be into.c, I think. Gosh, it's kind of like almost all of this is for the compression stuff, isn't it? You know, almost all of it. There's PPIC lessons. Test directory. For some reason, there's that. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. But I'm gonna I'm gonna bring this portion to a close. I think we've exhausted compression enough for the time being. And I kind of thought that I'd exhausted strings in general for the time being, until Pseudonym actually kind of came in last night and gave us a bunch of stuff um, about, like, what was it? Hang on a second. Let me just get focus on the right thing. You talk about metaphones. Yeah, it's all about inverted indices. Yeah, inverted indices. I'm thinking of using for the annotation system, actually. So it might be interesting to look into this sort of stuff. Yeah, database file. So that's the kind of thing that I want to do for the system. Actually, I don't want to use an actual kind of prefab database. I want to use like a really lean file format that just contains the stuff that I want, and that it's really easy and quick to actually retrieve the stuff from it. I think that require inverted indices. It probably require hash tables as well. And also, what was the other thing? Elasticsearch. Gosh, what was Pseudonym using this for? I'll have to. I think I'll have to check the logs as to what Pseudonym was using this for. Divided into shards. Oh, is it word based? Was it word based versus phrase based searches? I wonder. That might have been what he was doing that with. Stemming. Yeah, right. I think that's finding bits of words that sort of can match to different things, I think, maybe. And metaphones is all about like how words are pronounced. So I presume that the idea behind this stuff is like somebody can search for example, there, and it would also match there and there. You know, I guess that's what that means. Is it a misconception? The following statements are true. It is true that all of them are designed to address regular dictionary words, not just names. And meta algorithms do not produce phonetic representations of the input words and names. Rather, the output is an intentionally approximate phonetic representation. Okay. Words that start with a vowel will have an A, representing any vowel as the first character of the input. Okay, right. Disregarded, that's interesting. Okay. That's interesting. So, in that case, words that start with a vowel have an A. These words don't start with a vowel. vowels after initial vowel sound will be disregarded and not encoded. So this will become this. Sorry, that'll become that. And this will become that. If y is considered a consonant, that is. That's interesting. Okay, so it's basically like the output is an intentionally approximate representation. This sounds like it's really easy to actually do. Voiced and unvoiced consonant pairs will be back to the same encoding. Yes, you just kind of like, you just normalise like a D to a T, and a B to a P, and a K to a G to a K, and all the rest. I mean, maybe it'd be interesting to kind of do this, but I mean, I don't know, because this is very similar to what I have just been doing. You know, reading something in. Yeah, I mean, it feels this feels like, in fact, exactly the same as what I've been doing. So maybe it's more interesting to look into. It might be more interesting to look into the inverted indices actually, because I know that this is definitely what I need to be able to do for the annotation system. So maybe this will be the next thing, inverted index. Yeah. But I also have to unbox my Hi-Five 1. So I guess the next stream I'll unbox that. Have a look. With a bit of luck also, Risky Business will be starting soon, so I'll be able to follow along with that. I might not follow along on stream, I might just follow along, like, you know, on my own time, whatever. And do the inverted indices stuff on stream. Yeah, but anyway, that is kind of a rough idea of what's going to happen. But for now, thank you ever so much once again for watching and for being here and for being awesome and helpful and heroic, and above all, patient. I mean, we didn't really recap any of this, did we? But I think we've got it nailed. I think we're okay with it. Yeah. So, yep. Until next time. Farewell for now.